What's going on, everyone, everywhere? Welcome back to another video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video out. Everything else you do for everyone else, do it for your boy as well. That's much love. I appreciate every single last one of you. Listen, man, look, we getting into water, alright? I've been testing, I've been seeing all these loadouts, been testing them to the T. You already know I do tests. If you don't know, I'm going to do a quick breakdown. I do 10-second parsers. I'll do 6-second parsers. Okay. Normally I do a set of 10 at a time, and then I build another set of 10 up, pretty much up to 100. So I do 100 sets of like 10-second parsers. Do batches of 10, take a break, wait for, RNG and all the other stuff to kind of like chill out and reset. I'll even relog or try a different day, etc. Okay. So my testing accounts for a lot of different variables. Then I also go ahead and take an overworld, open world, and do like open world bosses. I'll take in the raids, etc. Just to see if damage is holding up. Now, I've already showcased pretty much this stuff already on stream quite heavily, but because of new abilities that have came out, we have to change things up. Now, I don't know why that's not saved. Nonetheless, you kind of got a sneak peek preview of what the loadout's looking like. Let's just go ahead and go over it, okay, from the start. Now, you know what? From the very start, we got mods, okay? A lot of stuff you're kind of seeing I'm missing here and there. We are going to fix that and rectify that actually right now. Because, for example, on leg mod, you definitely want an ultimate mod so you get your little bit more crit in there. Feet, it doesn't really matter. If you want maximum damage, you can occasionally block break stuff and just content. You want the deadly precision, okay? Just maximum damage. If you want to make sure you are not just dying or getting crapped on when you roll, get the tumbling master. If you don't care and you can use a little bit of super speed moves, get dashing combos. That's why you want for feet. But nonetheless, weapons are going to be the regular blast adapter. You can use ultimate blast adapter, but in my opinion, it's not worth it. So regular blast adapter is just perfect, fine, and dandy. Head mod is going to be a main staple. This is the most meta mod right now because of the state of the game. This is helping enable a lot of the meta, which is spamming 5,000 power cost supercharges like crazy, and then even spamming 10,000. This is the ultimate supercharged mod. You have to get it from the ultimate. If you don't have it from what DCS gave you freely, or with loyalty points, you can buy it as well on the marketplace. So that's how you get it. Neck, escalating might, pretty standard. Back, I did get accelerated powers, but this is more for my healer. If you want pure damage, you'll just go berserk. Same deal. When you get below 30% health, you get more damage. It's really good. You actually do dip your health quite often, so it does proc actually. Chest, you want penetrating strikes. Now this takes into account the ultimate mods as well, so these are the mods you want to get. Legs, as you just saw me get, ultimate critical prowess gives you a 2.5% crit, which is very, very good. Then hands, max damage, 2% all the time. The ultimate mod, it's cool, but it has that 30-second cooldown, which that means 30 seconds of us not getting any kind of damage increase as opposed to consistent 2%. This ends up becoming mathematically better off for you, okay? And then feet, we already talked about it. I'm gonna go ahead and put something in here though, just so the people that say it in the comments don't say it in the comments. I don't have it. Oh well, I'm gonna use the ultimate mod. Yep. So your dodge don't want to become vulnerable to interrupt. Perform a dodge gains you a shield based on 30% of your maximum and blocks 75% incoming damage for 12 seconds. This is really good. It is just good all around. I will actually say it, like, legitimately. Now I will say It's not required by any stretch of that imagination. It's just good to have. You don't get interrupted while you're dodging. I mean, and then you get the extra shield, plus you get the extra DR essentially. So it's very, very good nonetheless. Uh, as you see, you can still cancel out of it. So you may tap movement controls to cancel out of your dodge into a combo. It's nice. But yeah, in terms of trinket setup, I got the Mother Box Tier 3. I mean, Mother Box, Alfred Box. There's a whole bunch of just a Tier 3 pet. The turrets are good, but in my opinion, because stuff isn't stationary in this game, I would much rather have like a Mother Box or something like that. Gotham City Emergency Signal. Now, if you don't got this, I'm not gonna lie, it is slept on like crazy. You see it's put in so many different armory builds. It's slept on like crazy. And this does get damage increase if your pet DPS into like God Wave and Mercy Artifact. It does trigger those. It is really good. That's actually a lot of damage for a pet. It does a lot more damage than this thing. Let me put it that way. Trinket, you should get your regular buff trinket, and then I have my Owen Tactical Allies. Now, Owen Tactical, you definitely want to get this. This is from an event. Keep that in mind. But once they do Rage Ignite, all damage outgoing is increased. It's about 10%, so that's very, very good. Actually, it's for the pet and the owner. So keep that in mind. Now, keep also in mind, I do have my Subjugator Blast Elite. This is best orbital in game on me as well. Plus, I got a supply drop. Sorcerer 1 does not matter. I just like it. It is worth the feat. But yeah, so I do have those to trade out for the backup at any given point. So there is that. Now, artifacts. This is where some people may click off the video. Some people may not like me. Some people may disagree with me. Form your opinions in the comment section down below. I've done a lot of testing. And I will say, even supercharged spamming, for the run-of-the-mill Go person, which is what I try to like help put these builds out for like all people. So like even a noob or someone who's been playing the game for a long time and is trying to like min-max stuff and get up in those damage comps, these kind of builds are for you, right? I have Transformation Card, Ebon, Omega Totality, Purified Pages of the Black, as well as Sinestro's Corrupted Powering. This is what I personally have. Mind you, these are hallway encounters. Okay, hallway. I know a lot of people just can't get this thing off their mouth. Oh, iGemini is cool. iGemini's cool. But keep this in mind. If you're in a good group, like a really, really good group, iGemini is basically useless in hallway encounters. Now, why do I say that? Well, that means you have to not only get there, pop your super, which is not a hard thing at all, but also still be there after 6 seconds while doing all the damage. And ideally, you have to set this up. So the moment that you pop iGemini, like any super, you better be popping the new Sunstone supercharge or Call the Deep or something with, or even Whirlpool, shoot, with Omega Beams fully charged up and doing Aquatic Arsenal, okay? Because you got 6 seconds and they still better be there after all that damage. Plus, you ideally at least need 2 other players to really make this thing be mathematically better than using something like Sinestro's Corrupted Powering. Yes, it's going to do less damage on the tick because Sinestro Corrupted Powering does a couple thousand per like hit, but at least it's actually hitting something as opposed to this not actually being there. You're going to be killing the ads way too fast. We are very powerful right now. You're killing me stuff too quickly for this to even matter. Now, yes, you can go, oh, well, I'm getting extra 5% might. I'm gonna be honest, might stacking is meta. 5% isn't meta defining comparative to just changing this out and not getting the extra damage off of it. Now, oh, what if I'm making a big case about Sinister Corrupt Powering. Okay, well, what about E-bonds? This 30%. You gonna trade off 5% for 30? That's just bad math on that part. Now, the only thing I can tell you, legitimately, Pied Piper's Flute. I would actually trade this out for Sinestro's Corrupted Powering if you are using Call of the Deep or the Sunstone Dust Blast iconic ability. It's a new one. It's a brand new one that just came out with the time capsule, the absolute Kryptonian time capsule, okay? If you're using those two superchargers in the hallways, like back to back to back, yes, by all means, use the Pied Piper's Flute. It's actually legitimately going to be very good for you. It's going to be meta. It's better than Sinestro Corrupted Powering. If you're not going to be using it, and you want to go with the most quote unquote super ultra meta defining, then don't, okay, just don't. Some people do like to dig on me too because I use Omega even on water, even though water just got revamped. And my testing, Omega just does so much in such a short span of time. It's just worth using. And by the time you actually have it actually charged up, you're taking advantage of the finisher aspect of it, getting 35%, or just getting extra damage to it. Okay, you're just getting extra damage nonetheless. It's just good. So, nonetheless, that's my little rant right there, okay? That's my little rant. Those are the artifacts you want to use in the most like optimal setup, I will say. I tried and ended up getting beaten trying to do it because this is the way that a lot of other people gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you, take out this and take out this. They'll tell you, oh, use Gemini, Pure Pages of the Black, use Scrap of the Soul Cloak, Ebon, and Transformation Card. Now, Ebon is flexible, and this is where you'll put in the Pied Piper's Flute. I've seen other people. Yeah, this is decent, and allows you to spam a little bit more with Scrap. But if you have good supercharged spam healer, or healers, like plural, this is just wasted damage. Now, what do I mean by that? Wasted damage in the sense of, hey, this does no actual damage increase for you. It just allows you to get supercharged, which theoretically gives you a damage increase. This, legitimately good. I'm not going to speak about this. I already went on my rant about this. You're not going to use it in the hallways. Now, bad group, yeah, you might. But good groups, nah. So look, nonetheless, let's switch back to this. And let's go over to our allies. Now, if you don't know, I sat here and actually did a full, I tested every single ally. And I mean, I got another character that maxed out a couple of the other ones I don't have maxed out here. But I tested every single last ally, and it's insane. Now, I will say it is not a joke of any kind. Superboy by far does so much more damage than everything else in the game. It's actually appalling. So most stuff like in the game, like Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, John Stewart, and everything else, Superman, Static Shock, Blue Beetle, Starfire, Poison Ivy, Aquaman, they all do about 5 to 6 million. Okay, 5 to 6. Shazam does 7.2. Death Metal Batman does 6.3. Superboy does 13.6 million. Yeah. Batman Who Laughs, which has been known to actually be very, very good. Oh, what the heck's my map? Okay. Batman Who Laughs, been known to be very good on damage. If he does the throwing cards, it's just insane, right? 8.1. Average by 8 mil. And how much Superboy do it again? 13.6 million. Yeah. It's a big increase. It's a big increase. You double every other thing, and Batman Who Laughs, like the thing that's like I think it's number 2. No, Mr. Freeze does like 10. 10 to 11 mil, depending on Mr. Freeze, being Mr. Freeze. Yeah. So literally, Mr. Freeze number 2, Batman Who Laughs number 3, for reference points. You're gonna be using Superboy, okay? Flash, the most meta one. If you can unlock this ally in all characters, do it, because you're gonna want the support ability. Walk it off. Using a supercharge ability restores a portion of the supercharge use, reduce the delay between combat and normal, fast travel movement speed, delays 2-second reduction. But what we're primarily using it for is getting that supercharge essentially restored / refunded back to us. It's 15%. That's another head mod. That's 30%. That's a lot. Okay. So, and then we're going to use Starfire. If you don't know, I said this on stream a few times. The weapon buff, it does give you 8% might, minus 3% precision, but we don't care about that at all because we are might based for this. The 8% might stacks. Now, what do I mean by that? In the loadout, you see we have Pressurize. This is our weapon buff. This one gives 8% might. We then have Riptide, which you see they're both 12-second cooldown. We have Riptide. What does it say it do? It removes the cooldown of your previously water superpower you used, right? This is a water superpower. It will refund this. And the fact that we can hit this twice, maybe DC put in the game where you can't get it twice. Nope, they didn't. You can get it twice. You can get the same buff twice. So you get 16%, which is really, it scales off the previous. No, it scales off what your current is, and you're getting with the new Blue Lantern stuff being buffed to you. So you get 5% right there. There's your EOG, by the way. Plus, let's say you are an EOG, for example, you're getting that might, plus what the troll's giving you, plus what your health can be converted and all that, plus what your buff trinket's getting you, plus what the first Pressurize / Starfire ability gives you, and the second one. Like, it scales all those. It doesn't just do the base value of your might and just give you 8% off that. No, it's 8% of whatever your current might stat is. So everything paired up, Omega, Buff Cola, and all that jazz in between, yeah, it's calculating all that. You're well over 1 million. Let's just put it that way. You're comfortably north of 1 million. But nonetheless, those are the allies you want to have. I think Flash is pretty much like a non-negotiable in today's meta. Although we're not supercharged spamming with iGemini, supercharges are still very much key. And the fact that we're using them so often, Flash is just mandatory in every capacity. Starfire is pretty much mandatory in every capacity for all powers at this point, outside like a very few. But the 8% might is just hard to turn down, and on water it's impossible to turn down due to the fact that it stacks. Okay. Now, I know I've been taking a while with this. Let's breeze past this next part. Our skill point spec weapons, I got rifle. Rifle to me is one of the best ones because when you tap rifle, which we're going to do to cancel out some stuff later on, it does the grenade volley. The grenade volley is AOE and it hits decently, so it's better than all the other stuff where they're like, oh, tap with brawling, tap with one-handed, tap with whatever. It just does more flat damage itself, plus it procs the blast adapter, so it's just nice all around. And it's not single target, it's AOE, and we're focused on AOE. Okay, best weapon. Movement, we got super speed. If you're over 400 skill points, I would say go ahead and get your masteries, honestly. If you're under 400 skill points, or 500, 500, don't get them, focus on the other stuff, and I'll tell you what to focus on here in a sec. Iconic, I got everything. That's for testing purposes. You don't want everything. All you want is Neo Venom Boost, Nemesis Lasso, Spore Pod, magma, and the sunstone dust blast. Okay, I have a whole video just detailing about this. It's like 20 something minutes long. I compared it against other superchargers, so if you want to check that out in its full breakdown, check that out in another video. Okay, stat points, always do superpower focus, get your crits, then your damage, max out your mind power. After that, ideally you want 100 in health, then 100 in precision. Once you're able to do both, then you just want to dump whatever remaining stat points you have into precision until you get this fully maxed out. Okay. For the actual loadout, as you see here, you've seen a little preview already. Aquatic arsenals to start off: omega beams, magma, vortex, bubble. Bubble does do an extra tick of damage as we're just doing any attack. Doesn't have to do water attacks either, so omega counts, vortex counts, all that. Sunstone dust blast, Nemesis lasso. You see there's a lot of iconics up here. Then we have Spore Pod, Pressurized, Riptide, Empowering Pulse, Call the Deep, Neo Venom. Okay, so this is the setup I like to do. Now, you can order your supercharge however you want, by all means. I like to just have them over here so I know essentially these two buttons, my right, my R2 square and triangle for me on PlayStation, it's just big damage. Nemesis Lasso does insane damage. It's probably one of the best iconics in the entire game based on how much damage it does purely. And you can cancel it out. That's what I was meaning by the rifle taps earlier. As soon as you tap rifle, you tap your range. When you hit this ability, it cancels out the animation, but you get the full damage. Full damage meaning you get the area damage here, maximum of 200% of your might. We were just might stacking like crazy, special with Starfire, special with all the buffs I've already listed off. 200% of your might, it's just this, bam, crap ton of damage. Millions upon millions, it's insane. But pretty much, this is a very simple rotation to follow. All you're gonna do is Spore Pod 12 seconds, into Pressurize 12 seconds, Riptide 12 seconds. Then you're gonna go back and into Pressurize to keep all these 12 seconds in a line. You're gonna do that so fast and get so fluid with it, it'll keep it in line. Trust you me, okay? Then just hit Empowering Pulse, and as you're kind of doing the animation, flip over to your tray 1. From there, you'll do Magma Vortex into Bubble, Nemesis Lasso with the clip, so tap range, and then you're just gonna spam Aquatic Arsenal until this little puppy here goes golden, okay? That golden, yellowy, orange, okay? Once this is done, I personally like to go ahead and hit another Aquatic Arsenal and then hit Nemesis Lasso, cancel out of the animation, flip over to tray 1 and rinse and repeat. Spore Pod, Pressurized, Riptide, Pressurize, hit Empowering Pulse, flip back over, Magma, Bubble, Aquatic Arsenal, into Nemesis Lasso, hit Omega. Now what does that look like? What's the damage you should be expecting? On sparring targets, I'll be honest, I've been doing high 7s and low 8s, okay? On the lower end, I've been doing like a good middle 6 millions per second in a 10-second parse, okay? Now, it's not always the greatest number, but the 6 is like on the lower end. I will go ahead and show you the rotation. A lot of times I keep messing up when I'm like fluid and can in that flow state, if you will. The parcels just keep climbing up, and it gets absolutely insane. Okay, but like I said, we're gonna start off by clipping our first 3 moves all together, then going back to our middle move there. So it looks like this. I messed it up already. Just finish off the combos. Hold on, let me reset that real quick. I'm doing a lot of damage on me. I'm butchering it. Let me reposition here, because when I'm doing it this way, I don't hit nobody. Let me do it this way so I actually can hit people effectively. Alright, so let's go back to how we were. Bam, 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 bam. Perfect. Bam. Let's hit this. See, we're in the sixes. Oh, come on now. I think glitched out. I was moving a little too fast on that one. You see, I keep butchering it. Nonetheless. And it's on 11.7. So, kind of see what I'm talking about. You can definitely get up there. I think my absolute highest size was about 14. But I did have a compound on the 14. Okay, so keep that in mind. I did have a compound omega on the 14, so that is slightly buffed. But yeah, kind of see where we're going. Even though at 11, we were still butchering the rotation. The rotation, it comes with time. I've been getting better and better and better with it. And as I kind of get in those like flow state periods, it feels more natural. And you'll kind of see, you'll start picking up like, oh, okay, let me just hit what's available. When in doubt, just aquatic arsenal it out, in all honesty, okay? Like, if you like, oh, should I hit magma into by itself because bubble's not back yet, just don't hit magma yet. That's my honest advice to you and opinion. If you got magma back but bubble is not back because 18 and 12 second cooldowns, don't hit magma. Just worried on spamming out Nemesis Lasso as many times as possible, and only clip magma into bubble, because magma is dot, but does a nice little chunk of burst damage too. Bubble is just a dot. That's all you're treating it like, a dot. Spore pod, you just like it because it's another dot. Now, keep in mind, if you do not, now I repeat this again for the people in the back, if you do not have all these iconics, which is completely understandable, what else can you use? First of all, you're going to replace Whirlpool for Sunstone. Whirlpool does more damage, but does less damage than Sunstone does, but it is still pretty comparable damage. It's not so drastically, but it is. Like Sunstone, it's just better. It's more applicable in the hallways that you're going to be fighting. Now, I'll say Nemesis is just mandatory, in all honesty. Yeah, if you don't got it, figure that out. Honestly, if you don't got it though, you could. Like I'm gonna tell y'all, there's a version of this that's just gonna do a lot less damage, but it has no iconics in it, which is Shark Frenzy still does decent damage. Where is it? No. Where's the other? Yeah, that's what it was. It was High Tide in here, right? And because you just still want the dot and it does a little bit decent. This is like a magma equivalent. Yeah, this is how you look in here. And then if you don't got magma, by all means, go ahead and throw in, I want to say water sprouts. I'm trying to find, what was the other ability? Oh, that's what a Cyclone Push. So you could do this, right? You could do, if you don't got magma, you could do Cyclone Push, or your, what was it, Sweeping Burst or whatever on Swoop attack. That's what it is. A swoop attack on flight and skimming, cyclone push, and gadgets have an equivalent. It's one of the back flips or something, or front flips. I mean, but yeah, or not gadgets, acrobatics. I am butchering stuff. Goodness. But pretty much you just want something that hits AOE right then and there, okay? You could definitely do a death charge as well, since the death charge did get a bit of a buff. And crush enemy takes 10% more damage, so there's that too. But yeah, this is more of your, oh, this is pure water, and then you have your artifact still kind of loadout. If you want to know how much damage it actually does, let me show you. We're going to be kind of doing a very similar build, but we're going to start everything with high tide, okay? Now we're going to bam, coming over like that. Oh my gosh, I missed it. Yep. The things are not even getting my power back. Like officially enough. I'm just gonna tell you. What's the damage numbers for this? You're not gonna be hitting 11. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You're gonna be pretty much still in the sixes. I think on the lower end that you're gonna hit once everything is rolling, you got the rotation and they're giving you back your power like they should be doing. Come on, DC. You're hit 5.4 million per second, right? You're really gonna be hitting about mid sixes, so about 6.5 to 6.8 on a more consistent basis. But when it does drop, it hits about 5.4. That's like every once in a while. Now your higher end that you're going to be hitting, I've never got past 9 million per second, even with that same compound omega, the same code that everyone uses, right? Never got over 9 million when everything up and running, got buffed up, and yeah, even got a healer to help me out. You know what I mean? Like do the 5% might increase. Never got past 9 million with this particular loadout. Now, I'm saying that to say that is nothing to scoff at. That still does a lot of damage. That is still meta damage in my opinion. You really honestly want to hit about 6 to 8 million. You want to be in that range. As long as you're within that range, you should be doing comparable damage. You should not be too far left behind kind of deal. You're doing pretty good, decent damage. Now, once you're able to stay on the higher end of that or even surpass that in those like 11s, 14 mil per second thing, that's when you get like, okay, you're leading the charge by such a phenomenal amount. It's absurd. I'm just gonna switch back to healer or switch back to my support role kind of deal. Okay, but that is the general consensus. These are the loadouts. Once again, this is the loadout if you just want purely water. I know there's people that want that, okay? If you want pure water, this is the loadout for you. If you have, your blue and white lantern, I would say, but pretty much your blue lantern and power impulse just does a lot of damage. It does more damage than any of the white lantern abilities. I saw like luminous beam, of course, but yeah, it's more damage than radiant nova, even if they're a finisher and with the shield active to do more damage. Like, it's not even touching this. So, yeah. Nonetheless, if you had to prioritize iconics, first and foremost, Nemesis Lasso, I'll say second, Magma, third, Empowering Pulse with the Blue Lanterns. Nah. Second, still Magma. Third, Spore Pod. Fourth, Empowering Pulse. And then fifth, of course, is Sunstone. But yeah, nonetheless, hope y'all like that loadout. Go ahead and end the build. Test the stuff out. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about it, what numbers you were hitting, all that jazz and whatnot. I want this to be a source of essentially truth, and for y'all to sit here and have good builds in the comment section down below. So if you're like, oh hey Trey, I tried this instead, I use this artifact. I know some people really are riding on where's the artifact at? The Lamort card. I've tested it out. It's decent. It's a lot of work for not a lot of play, but nonetheless, this is more like a boss damage setup, which that's kind of that has a lot of implications behind it. Nonetheless, I don't think it's worth it on water personally. Maybe a different power, maybe on water, no. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section down below what artifact setup you using, what powers are you using, what's your loadout looking like. Do you think your loadout's better than mine? Can you showcase they use my loadout compared to your loadout? And when I mean my loadout, I mean like the full-fledged one here. And I really need to change the save of this. The full-fledged one here that has quite an arsenal: Omega, Vortex, Bubble, Sunstone, Nemesis Lasso, then Spore Pod, Pressure, Riptide, and Power, Pulse, Call of the Deep, Neo Venom. I mean this loadout does do more damage than this loadout, okay? Without further ado, y'all be safe, y'all be easy, y'all take care. Stay tuned. I'm gonna have a lot of these videos I'm recording right now, just ripping them off one after the next. So stay tuned for next video, okay? Without further ado, peace and shalom.